Hi, my name's Karen Robbins. I just wanted to check on here to see how you're all getting on, if you're still doing your meditation, and actually whether or not you're noticing any different. I'm sure of you, many might say absolutely not, and some of you might say yes. It is, remember what I said, it's slow and steady and it takes time. Even 10 minutes every single day, okay, makes a difference, but you have to be patient. You're not suddenly going to start seeing, feeling all these different things. One of the things with the spirit world is that you have to be dedicated to it. It is a way of life, and that's not necessarily about becoming a medium. It's a way of life about giving time for yourself to understand more about your higher self. And it doesn't just happen overnight. You know, it is a one-way relationship that probably seems that way at this moment, but actually in time it will be a two-way relationship. It's just understanding what they're giving to you and how they give it. One of the questions that many people have asked me over the years is, how do you know the difference between what spirit are giving you and what's in your own mind? And it is a tricky one, because it's hard, and there's no sort of saying it's not, because it is. And even with dedication and sitting, it is sometimes can be tricky. The actual physical side of it and emotional side, in my opinion, is really simple. The difference is, when you're working with the spirit world, you're working on a very high frequency level. When you're working in your own mind, you're working on a much lower vibration. So that is it, basically, in my opinion. That is what it is. The tricky thing is how can you understand that? And that is the hard thing. I always say it's like the spirit world putting out a puzzle in front of you and doing half of it, but actually putting it in no sense order, so they could randomly sort of one side of it, leave half of it out. And what we have to do is learn to fill in the rest of the puzzle, and that is what takes time and dedication too. When you understand that you're working on a higher frequency, you will notice difference within your own self. You'll notice difference by how you feel. You might notice that your ear will start making a higher pitch. It's like a pitch. But actually it can seem sometimes as if it's pinching you. It can be very odd. It's nothing to worry about, but it means what you're doing is you're working yourself to be on a higher frequency, which will affect your ear as much as it can affect your solar plexus, what you see, what you hear, what you feel. So if you're sitting every day, or when you can, what you're doing is making your vibration higher. Okay, so it will be a lot easier for you than if you are trying to communicate with spirit, saying to yourself, well, do you know what, I feel all these sensations now. My ear is making a funny pinching feeling, or it's a higher frequency. I can feel it and I can hear it. My solar plexus, I feel very sensitive. I feel very heavy on my third eye. Perhaps you're seeing colors, and so over time, if you become more sensitive, which is what you will do if you're making yourself on a high vibration, you will automatically feel these things. That is the difference between what you are feeling in your own self and what you're getting in spirit. If you're talking to your own self and with your own thoughts, normally you will not get those kind of differences within your physical body, or within your easier for me to say to you, within your solar plexus and your aura. And we will talk about auras another time, but I just want to keep it simple today. So it is all about vibration. It is as simple as that. Okay, please feel free to leave comments. I will be talking about more things as we progress, but I just wanted to talk about, to remind you, that is what we're aiming for, is higher frequency. Okay, that is the difference between what the spirit world give you and in our own mind. When we are working with spirit, we are working on a higher level of frequency, okay? When we're working with our own self and our own thoughts on this earth plane, it's in our own mind, okay? I hope that has given you a little bit of food for thought about sitting now, and we will go from there, okay? Speak to you soon, guys. Lots and lots of love. Sorry I've been a bit slow on here. I'm still catching up earlier on this year to when I was poorly. Okay, speak soon. Bye bye.